Hey, what's going on, friends? How are ya? Hiker Dave NE here. I've been in this parking lot here of this state forest that I'm in now for about 20 minutes, letting my phone charge and stuff, and I got out and I kind of scouted around a bit. This is just right directly in the parking lot. This place gives me the absolute heebie-jeebies. I am freaked out and I'm not even in the woods. Right in front of me, you got two breaks right here, right directly, right in the parking lot. I went up this hill here, right here, and there's a couple more breaks up top there. This place gives me the absolute creeps. I'm about 40 minutes northwest of my normal hiking area, but we're gonna do some exploring here today. The map, on the right at the trailhead here, that tells you gives you a map and stuff. And there's actually maps in a box that you can grab. Well, it completely does not match the map at the trailhead compared to the handheld map. It's so confusing. So I'm just gonna follow the yellow yellow blazes today and just see what I see here. This area, I Google Earthed it. I have high hopes for this place today. I think that this is going to be loaded with sign. I can already see breaks before I'm even really in the woods yet. So come with me, guys, and let's see what we see today. All right, so I just walked about 3 feet and just right off the bat, just a couple of things that looks fairly fresh. The coloring of these. Again, the parking lot's right there. So I'm gonna let the camera run a little bit here, and we'll check out our surroundings here. I don't know why I feel really apprehensive, like I'm in the parking lot thinking every fiber of my being is telling me not to hike here. And it's just, I honestly do believe that is a product of a new area because it's brand new. But I hiked yesterday in a brand new area and didn't have that feeling at all. So, I definitely often go with my gut. But this place, it seems so promising that I just really think I'm just gonna kind of just fight through that, because I really do. It's psychological. It's a mental thing. And I think that it's silly to pull up into a parking lot of a wooded area and I'm going to say, nope, I'm afraid. I'm too scared. I'm not going to hike here today. I'm not going to let that deter me. I think that as I go here, I'll get more comfortable and relax a little bit. But I've got a major highway that passes behind me, another smaller major route that passes off to my left here, and I can still hear the highway. But this is a thickly, highly wooded area that is not all that far from, well, I'm not going to say where I'm at. I was speaking to an old friend of mine, and he watches my videos, and I bumped into him, and he was talking, Dave, you should really limit where you tell people you are. Because you could get people that will come into that area and try to mess with you and maybe, break saplings and trees and stuff like that and to mess with you. And I'm going to agree with agree with that for now. I think until I'm done with an area, researching a spot or exploring an area, that I'm going to just leave that out where I am hiking. Until I'm done with the area, and then I'm going to show the map of Massachusetts that I got going on, and where I put, I circle areas that I've been, and I rate them on a 1 to 10 scale. Oh, that's my plan, to start rating these areas. And I'm just trying to get an idea to try to map some sort of travel area if I can. Well, interestingly, as I turn on this trail, like to look back to where I came from, there's no blazes on the back side of these trees. That's interesting. It's a one-way trail. Oh boy, oh boy. What in the jabreezes is that all about? Why is there no blazes for me in my return trip? That's odd. I'm going to have to keep an eye out for that. And I've never seen that before. Plenty of blazes here in front of me, heading into the forest. And then there's no blaze to turn around. That is suspect. So I see my first sapling break here, right up here. It's small. I don't know where the top of the sapling went, but it is a sapling break. There was supposedly a bear sighting right in southeastern Mass recently. And it's something that I already knew. There's a common belief around my area where I live that there's no real black bear. And I don't believe that for a second. If Sasquatch can travel unseen, unnoticed, into all these different areas, I have to say the same thing about black bear. So when I heard that there was a sighting not far, or in southeastern Massachusetts, right in my area, I wasn't surprised at all. But I'm definitely more aware of that than I was prior. It was kind of an opinion of mine, of me thinking, yeah, of course there's black bear in my area, but they're not seen very far and few between. So when there's a reported sighting and a picture, actually, of the bear, pretty good sized bear, I might add, then it just makes you think, especially someone like myself I have a paranoia of bear, and not a paranoia, just a major fear of running into a black bear. I've always thought, to get jumped out in the woods by a person, I'm up for that. If you want to tangle with me, right? And even a large cat, I think I got the weight advantage. A very angry fox, I got the advantage there, unless it's got rabies. But a bear that weighs more than me, that maybe possibly stands up and is as tall as me, over 6 feet, and can take one swipe and tear half my face off, that makes me nervous. Today is one of those days where one of these areas like this, that I wouldn't come out here without protection. There's no way that I would do that. Come out here completely vulnerable, we'll say, with no protection at all would be stupid. This is also one of these hikes that I wish I had somebody with me. Just the kind of the strangeness of the area would be nice. And I know there's going to be a couple of you out there going, Dave, I told you, just call me, we'll meet up. But I had plans today, and they got canceled. And I wasn't going to hike this morning. When the plans got canceled, I immediately grabbed my gear and went on my All Trails app and looked for a new place to hike, to explore. So it would have been difficult because it wouldn't have been a planned thing, and most people work. And I have the luxury at the moment of being on vacation for a couple months, and so I could just on a whim do that. It's starting to get a little tight. Well, so far, my initial thoughts on the area, it's pretty squatchy. That's, you know, I'm only 3/4 of a mile, or I don't think I've quite gone a mile yet, but I'm seeing a lot of sign, a lot of breaks, bends, a lot of stuff like this along the way. And I do want to say, you know, when I see these right next to a trail, I do understand that people will clear this trail to make it more conducive for mountain biking and just for travel in general. But I don't know why. A couple of places I've been to recently, I see none of that, so I don't know. I can't say for sure. So I like this place so far, though. I'm going to say I like it a lot. It's beautiful here today. We're talking going to be 45 today or something like that. Little breeze. It's really a beautiful New England first day of spring. I believe, as a matter of a fact, I do think it's the first day of spring. I am going up north. We're going to give it another shot. Going up to Big Brother Bob's this weekend to make a visit. And I'm going to bring the kids with me, and we'll do some hiking, and hopefully they'll want to. It depends. They might want to hang with the family, but I want to revisit that area where I found those 4. They're not shelters or anything. They're teepee type leans. 4 brand new ones I found up there. So I want to go up, and I want to go back to that area, the spot where me and my nephew went, where we had a mountain lion. We were tracking a mountain lion as it was tracking us. We didn't realize it until we were headed out that the mountain lion was actually behind us, peeing and pooping on our trail, which I thought was really strange. Maybe it smelt my cat. It might have smelt Big Brother Bob's cat. So we were betrayed and foiled by our own pets. But there's mountain lion up there for sure, no doubt. I would guess that maybe, how deep the impressions were in the snow, maybe 80 pounds. I mean, that's a pretty big cat. I'm guessing, guys, that's my guess. I really think it was probably heavier than that, bigger than that. But, you know, if I think in my mind that sucker was 100 pounds, I try to back off of that so as not to seem to exaggerate, you know. I would guess Big Brother Bob agreed too. He said that had to be around 80 pounds. But it's hard to tell, print in the snow, so I shouldn't even say that. You know, you're talking, how do you tell how heavy something is by, you know, it was fresh snow over compacted snow over more compacted snow, so. But the track itself, the mountain lion track itself, was bigger than my fist, so I'm thinking it was a pretty big mountain lion. All right, moving on. Kind of a head scratcher for me here. So you've got this break and it's pulled back. If that was a snow load break, that branch would be sticking out like this and it would be broken that way. It's been broken and pushed back. Then this branch has been broken. And this is really odd. This has been broken from a tree and placed up here, or fell up here, but I'm trying to see directly overhead. I can't see. Maybe it came from up here somewhere, I suppose, but all of this activity is about 10 feet in the air. But this one especially leaves me scratching my head because that would originally have been pointing this way, and if it was a snow load, it would have broken, hung down. The fact that it's pulled back that way makes me wonder. I can't walk 50 yards here, guys, without, I mean, here's that weird break up there that I was just at. or down the trail down there, 20 yards from me. I can't go anywhere without seeing something out of the ordinary. In my opinion, out of the ordinary. And this little teeny tiny break here. I know, guys, that it's. I don't know who I'm trying to convince of these, that these breaks mean something. And these big tree leans and log leans. I guess I'm trying to convince people that may roll their eyes, and say, Dave, this is things that happen in the forest. But when I continuously go out into some areas and it's completely void of any of this, that's just, to me, just seems so out of the ordinary and suspect to me. So soon I'm going to stop explaining myself. I think I've had enough of that, trying to explain as I'm pointing out a tree break and that it could possibly be snow load. I'm going to assume that most viewers that watch my videos understand the concept of snow load and things like this. And I think that it just gets repetitive. I just feel, I feel like a new viewer may come along here. Oh, come on, tell me that's not a lean. I mean, look at that. How is that not a tree lean? There is nowhere where that could have come from. I'm dying to see, unless this is the stump. Maybe this is the stump. And you've got a break right here. Let me just give this a pull. I want to see, just for my own curiosity. I know that this possibly, guys, could be the stump right here. I could definitely pull that out. It's been there for a while, though, for sure. Well, anyways. Well, I haven't seen a yellow blaze in a little bit. I'm really hoping I run into one. I haven't been paying attention really to where I'm going, so I'm not really that shocked. But I would like to see a yellow blaze pretty soon, or else I'm going to double back. And have to go try to pick up that yellow blaze somewhere. I think I see a faded yellow blaze on a tree up here. Another break in there. Very faded yellow blaze. Whoa. Okay, it's an arrow. Oh, that's a first. Well, that's funny. Well, there's an arrow. Oh, that's new. What is that supposed to tell me? I guess I'm going left here. I really would like to see another solid yellow blaze, though. Not some old paint from years back. I might have to consult my All Trails app to make sure. See, where's my blazes? I don't like to be in a new area and then not be on a marked trail. But I'm not seeing a yellow blaze. Yeah, I don't see a yellow blaze anywhere, so I'm gonna consult my map. Well, I am 2.3 miles into my trek, and I've lost the Yellow Blaze Trail. And because I don't know the area, I just checked my All Trails app and where I am nowhere where I thought I was. Fortunately, I have service and everything, but whatever. Why would you stop marking or blazing the trails? I don't understand that. I mean, it just stops. And because I'm just not familiar with this area, I'm not going to continue possibly just following game trails or unmarked trails because of the unfamiliar, or because I don't know the place. I'm going to turn around. Now I have to go back down that Yellow Blaze Trail and keep looking over my shoulder to make sure that, because the blazes are only on one side of the tree. And the town I'm in, you did a terrible job on marking the trail. At first I'm like, oh yay, they're nice and bright. No blazes. So I'm going to backtrack where I came from, which is that way. Never a dull moment, because Hiker Dave forgot his, I did forget it because I don't have it, my battery charger. I have two of them. One of them I looked at it this morning at my home. I looked at it and it was low, so I left it. I said, oh, that's all right, I have the big black charger with me. And then I get to the state forest and I'm like looking for my charger, it's nowhere to be found, and I have no idea where it is. So I'm on like 70% though, so no worries. But I got to backtrack 2.3 or 2.4 miles, I forget exactly. It was a little over 2 miles, so I'm headed back. So wish me luck, and hopefully you'll see me soon. This is a pain in the neck, literally and figuratively. I have to keep turning around to make sure. Why wouldn't they put the blazes? You know, that really grinds my gears. That they wouldn't do it correctly. If you're going to spend the time to do it right? Jeez Louise. So I've been kind of booking it. I know what I did wrong, and I feel a little dumb, a little stupid for it. But I think for someone who has never been here, that it's an easy mistake. So I came in off a main road and pulled into the parking lot. And there is that, you know, the trailhead map. And there's a little box right there that says trail maps. And I pulled out a trail map. And I was trying to match it with the board, where the map is on the board. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Well, I think I know what I did wrong. And I'm not scared to admit it, is I saw a sign for the state forest, a big sign across the street. And I saw somebody come into the parking lot, get out of their vehicle, and jog across the street into the woods. I keep hearing. And the guy, I'm like, oh, that's just another part of the state forest, right? It's my Yellow Blaze. There it is. So the map itself, and I'm going to verify this for my own self when I get out to the trailhead. I already made up, I think, about a mile. I was just booking it. I'm sweating. And I think the map is for across the street. And that's why I kind of couldn't make heads or tails of it, because I went in, I don't know. I mean, why wouldn't you put the parking lot on the right side of the road, right? Killing me. Why wouldn't you do that? Okay, this is that area where all those trees are cut. They look like a bunch of tree breaks. All right, so I'm on the right trail back. Should have left some breadcrumbs or some Slim Jim wrappers, right? some candy bar wrappers on my trail. So what I want to do is, if I can book it quick enough, make up some time here, when I get to the lot where I parked, I'll just juke across the street and check out, see what I see across the street. I mean, I haven't wasted the whole day. I haven't wasted any of the day. I mean, I don't mean it that way, but, I'm not at all even where I thought I was. And when I checked the All Trails map, that was the first time I had looked at it. Look at that. A blaze on the right side of the tree. And look how old it is. Yeah, that guy did it right. They fired the wrong guy. So, I don't know where I was. I'm delirious. I need a Slim Jim. Okay, all right. So, I don't understand that. I guess that's my own fault. Absolutely. Oftentimes when I pull into an area, a state forest, a state park, if I see somebody in the parking lot, I'm the kind of person that it's crazy. If you're within 10 feet of me, you're going to kind of get a hello, hey, how are you? And have you ever been here before? And I like to talk to people that have been to these places so I can get a little bit of an overview. Some people will give you little tips and stuff like that. And I saw a couple people in the parking lot, and the first guy, he just jumped out of his vehicle and took off across the street. I think he was jogging, so I couldn't catch him. And the next person that pulled in was a young girl or a young lady, and I didn't want to scare her, and come walking up to her vehicle. So I didn't say anything. I didn't want to frighten the poor thing. See a big old hiker Dave come walking up, pardon me, and scare the bejesus out of her, I want to mention about these boots that you guys on Patreon paid for. They have the best grip in a boot that I've ever had before. Like on these slick looking rocks right here. Watch me fall on my ass. Really, really good grip. Excellent boots. I'm surprised at the grip. It's like a rock climbing boot or something. I don't know. Yeah, I just want to let you know what grinds my gears. I can't believe I went in the wrong way. It's a nice trail, and there's all kind of sign out here. But, I mean, still, it's nice to explore, right? Regardless of that I'm not where I thought I was going. All right, let me make up a little more time here. All right. I know I'm getting fairly close. I'm right next to the highway here again. I didn't catch this when I was coming in. You got the top of this tree broken off here. And I'm wondering, it is a pine. It is a pine tree. But then I'm looking at these two leaners, and I'm trying to figure out where they would have come from. Up here, I suppose. Just really strange where they are. How they're leaned up here. And how the fat part, they're both leaned in the crook of this branch, the branches here. Interesting. So what I'm going to do, guys, okay, I am really close, parking lot that says. I'm gonna go get back to my vehicle. I'm gonna charge up my phone. I have a really badass cord that really charges my phone fast. And I'm gonna just plug it in. I'm gonna check out a little bit on the map that I have in my pocket that's useless on this side of the forest. And I'm gonna see, maybe I'll just dip my toe in the water. I'll go across the street. and I'll see what I see. I don't think I lost a ton of time. I just made up easily just now a quick mile and a half, just by really my head down with a dust trail behind me. So I'm gonna see. Well, I'll see what time it is when I get back, and I'll decide. Looks to me like I got plenty of daylight left, so I'll probably just charge my phone for a little bit longer, and then I'll go across the street and we'll see what's over there. So I'm just sitting there letting my phone charge a little bit, and I'm going over the map, and I'm looking. I'm like, geez, I can't make heads or tails of this thing, right? And I'm looking at it. Like, I'm walking over to this map next to me here on the trailhead. Can't figure out what's going on. So I'm looking, right? There's the map on the other side. Why in the world would you put two separate maps? Two different maps on the same piece of paper. Now, I do feel stupid and silly, but that explains what happened to me here. Unbelievable. So, I don't know, you guys probably just saw where I am by seeing it on the map, but I wanted to let you know that there is no limit to my to my sheer stupidity sometimes. It really amazes even myself. So my phone is charged up to 80, almost 85%. I'm going to let it get to 90. I've got this super fast, high-speed cord hooked onto it, so I got plenty of time. I can't believe how fast I just did 4 miles. I usually, on average, say 2 miles to 2.5 miles per hour, right? I walk. But that's kind of taking my time going slow. I realized I can do 2 miles easily in an hour. So I would think probably half an hour I could do 1.75 miles. I don't know. But anyways, I've got plenty of daylight left. I'm going to let this phone charge. I am going to make something to eat. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make this really quick. It only takes a little bit. Some Alfredo and chicken. Fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. You guys. Ho, ho, ho. Now, this is going to be a nice lunch. And then I just got to boil some water. It's as simple as that. And I'm gonna chow real quick, and I'm gonna go across the street to where I was supposed to be 3 hours ago. So, anyways, I can't believe I did that. I do believe it. All right, so across the street, I'm where I'm supposed to be, where I thought it was gonna be this morning. Right away, tree break. It did not take long. That's all. All right, I don't see any blazes on the tree. Excellent, very good. Yeah, that's just fantastic. They just want you to get lost out here, apparently. So, multiple tree breaks right there. Wow, look at that one. This one's got a twist to it, a break and a twist. That always interests me, that twist like that. And there's another one right in the back. Let me get around to that. Very interesting, this one here. Look at that. It's all weathered. It looks like an older break, but it's a break. Look at that nice little convenient X there. Sheesh, not even 10 feet into the woods. I gotta really keep an eye here where I'm headed because there's no blazes. It frustrates me. Of course, there's a fork in the trail right off the bat. Come on, man. All right. So I'm going to continuously go left, I guess, on this track. Let me just see something here. Because there's another entrance to come down here, right off the road down here. Let's see if there's any blazes on this trail. Ah, we got blazes. I got yellow. Yellow. Tree break. Is this? I seen that on the other side. A little ribbon right with the break. So I don't see any blazes facing me on this trail here. I see a blue way down. I think I'm going to take this way. I'll continue with the yellow since I was following the yellow on the other side of the road. I think I'll just I'll stay with the yellow here on this side. Paint looks a little older on these trees. We'll see, right? Now, how could that log be leaned like that? Unless it lives there, I guess, right? Yeah, it's possible. It's, you can tell this is where it grew. Oh, look at that break. Wow, this is interesting already, right off the bat, right off the get. Yeah, that looks cut. Both of them seem to be cut. Wow, that looks new. Look at that. That's fairly yellow. There's a lean right here. Lean. A break and a twist. Wow, look at that twist, guys. That amazes me, that twist. That big bend. The twist really gets me when I see that. It twisted like that. Really promising again right off the bat. This is a traveled area. I'm gonna go right out and say it. That this is a travel corridor for Sam Squanch. Got another break there. I hope you guys can see that. I can't keep going and walking over to every break, apparently, because I'll be here all day in one spot. There's another break. It's got some age to it. It's an oldie but goodie. Really interesting spot here. Excellent area. Oh, look at that break. Wow. It's all right on the road here, guys. Boy, that looks twisted as well, doesn't it? That's a fat tree for snow load to break. That's a fat one. And you've got this break here, this tree that fell that broke those two. Interesting. Wow. Yeah, I'm right next to the highway here. I'm sorry if I swing that too fast, guys. My apologies. This video is going to be way too long. I'm doing it again, I know it, but there's so much to see. I can't help it. I'm hoping to see another yellow blaze. There's another break there. I'd like to see another yellow blaze like right now would be great. Be really great. Ah, there we go. Okay. That's funny because this tree looks to have fallen recently. Just by the color of it, it's not weathered at all. It's new, and yet the break that's next to it is old. This tree break is old right here. What incredible weather for exploring today. Doesn't get any better than that. This says I should take a right here, so how come I don't want to go that way? Now I'm gonna follow the yellow brick road because I have no idea where I am here. The old stone walls. When those were laid down, those walls are hundreds of years old, I would think. Right next to each other, one there and one right there. A very, very busy area. I would think that this is a major travel corridor for Sasquatch. That's what I'm going to say, in my opinion. I think that this is a highly traveled corridor. I mean, it's just, to me, it seems so obvious. Seems to be a very busy area here. I've got a break right there, a tree break. Then I've got another tree break here. Another tree break behind it over there. And this little kind of odd looking arrangement. Oh boy, all kinds of breaks. More breaks back there that I can see. Really, really busy spot here. Very busy area. Even just like the other side, every time I shut the camera off, every time I do, you got another big break in there, deep in there. I see something different. Oh, look at that. I gotta go look at that. A lot of leans here. There's one there. This one I really want to look at. Look at that over there. Old rotting logs that have been lifted up and, in my opinion, placed against those trees. That, that to me just really looks out of place. That really looks unnatural. You know what I'm saying about that? I mean, it's just not natural. They look leaned. There's a tree break right there. They look so placed, I got the heebie-jeebies now, so much for that welcoming feeling. Interesting. Okay, where's my trail, guys? I didn't go far. Right there, okay. Yes. How come I don't see up? I see a yellow blaze way down here. I see big swamp area in front of me here. This could be. Look at that log hanging. Interesting log hanger. All right, I'm going to see if I can navigate a dry area here. I think I've seen enough here for today. On my Hiker Dave scale of 1 to 10 on sign here, I'm giving it a solid 8. I have to. This is kind of similar to Borderland, where I can't walk 50 feet without stopping and looking at something out of place that doesn't look like Mother Nature had a hand in, whether it be done by human hands or Sasquatch. This place is really something. I will, without a doubt, return here. I got to take baby steps in this area because I don't know it well. Again, this trail has blazes only on one side of the tree. What are you guys doing? Marking a trail on one side. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand that. I'm not going to keep on pulling my phone out. I'm trying to make the video. I'm trying to look around at what's around me. I can't keep jumping from the app to the map and pulling the map out of my pocket. And so what I've done today, I think it was a pretty good step here. I did quite a bit of exploring. I found some awesome stuff. To me, it is. I believe this to be a serious travel corridor, and it makes sense because it's right near another area that I think is a serious travel corridor. I believe an area not far from here. When I Google Earth it almost seems like a pinch point, like a lot of these travel corridors converge in that one area, and this would be right on the way to that area. I keep hearing like a light bark, really, really faint. It was strange. Oh, look, I had to mark my trail. There's a split right here with no blaze, and I'm glad I did because I just caught myself. I marked it on which way I went. So I think maybe when I return, there's a blue blaze here on the tree. It's old, but it's there. I do think that maybe that it goes to the same spot, but I'm not gonna try to figure that out today. But I'm coming back here for sure. So this place where I'm hiking, this particular state forest, and it is a state forest, not a state park. I'm gonna keep it to myself for now until I've thoroughly researched a good chunk of the area, or explored a good chunk of the area. A lot of leans, a lot of log leans here. Like when I go to, say, for instance, Massasoit, not a lot of log leans, tons of sapling breaks. Tons of sapling breaks at Massasoit. It's funny how the sign is different often from place to place. Here, I see a lot of tree breaks, but not a lot of sapling breaks. I don't know my trees well enough. Like, let me show you one here really quickly. This is not a pine tree, that break. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. I thought this was something too. I didn't show you guys because I'm just, this video is going to be like an hour and that's ridiculous. But very few sapling breaks. But of course, I'm noticing it's not a large pine forest anyways here. So that kind of makes sense, right? I will definitely come back to this area. I'm headed back towards like where I was hiking by the highway there. I only came in maybe 3/4 of a mile. I'm getting thirsty. I need a brewski. I need an ice cold Bud Heavy. That's what I need to crack a beer. And I'm going to do some markings on my map of Massachusetts, and this is going down as a high quality, high traffic area. For me it is anyways. Look at, I stop and just look at, just simple little things like this. It's everywhere. And I definitely attribute some of it to Mother Nature. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But those two huge, old dead logs that I showed you, a few clips ago, Mother Nature ain't picking up logs off the ground and leaning them against a tree. I mean, I think we can all agree on that. But that's not happening. I need to forge this raging river. It's a puddle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to my vehicle, and we'll wrap it up at my vehicle. So, that was awesome. That was a lot to see out there today. So a couple things that really grabbed my attention. The old log leans out in this area are really something. I see a ton of it here. I don't see it all that often. So the other thing that caught my attention was what happened when I saw that softball-sized rock on top of that boulder. That strange feeling that washed over me. It was really like this comforting feeling. It didn't last. I mean, it didn't last the whole entire hike or anything. It was just really weird. I felt some strange connection to it. For some odd reason, I felt comforted by it. I cannot explain that. If anybody has any input, leave it in the comments below if you even stayed to watch this whole video. But really strange to get that, just a wash of comfort for some reason over me. Was really, really strange. Something that stuck out to me with this hike. So again, I'll reiterate this. I'm giving this place an 8, a solid 8 for Sasquatch activity. This is, without a doubt, in my opinion, a definite travel corridor. And along with, in a future video, I'll explain the closeness of another state forest to this area, that I really think that they kind of go hand in hand with each other. I think this one leads to the other, considering I'm northwest of the other one. But this spot was awesome. A lot to see. I couldn't really hike all that far. I think I might have went maybe a 6.5 mile hike today, and it took me, I got out, started hiking at 11, and it's almost 3 p.m. So it took me all afternoon to just do that 6 miles. But a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for coming by. Also, I was contacted by Survivor Dave, and he wants to make some cameo appearances here and there in my videos. I said, well, I don't know. You were a little cheeky the last time that we spoke. I told them I would ask you guys. I'll ask my subscribers and the viewers if they feel like they want to see Survivor Dave here and there appear in a video once in a while. But thank you so much, guys, for coming by. I do appreciate it, and you'll definitely see me on the next one.